What's good, R&B squad? This is out of Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you're new to this family, we don't believe that you're here by accident. Welcome. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is, of course, always happier. The word I have today comes from a dream that I had and some scripture that the Lord pointed me to. And as you guys listen, as per usual, you will know whether or not it is for you. You guys know how we do it here. Eat the meat, spit out the bone, take what's for you, and leave the rest. So in this dream that I had, I saw this woman who was very obviously involved in the occult. She was in this room, and at first glance, I thought she was preparing a meal. But when I looked closely at the ingredients that she was using to put into this meal and at the pots and pans that she was using, first of all, the pots and pans were giving caldron. And secondly, the ingredients, they were labeled with very strange labels. They weren't anything that you would use to prepare a meal. And then the Lord had me zero in on her thoughts. And in her thoughts, on her mind, was this man and this woman. And I was made to understand that the man in the scenario, the man that she was thinking about, was somebody that she had previously been involved with. So this was an ex-partner of hers. And she was feverishly focusing on this man and this woman. She was fixated on them in her mind. And I could tell it was because these two people were in love. And it frustrated her. She was jealous. And so there was this air of desperation about this witch. She just seemed incredibly desperate because the spells that she was concocting, as soon as she concocted one and she saw that it didn't turn out the way she expected it to, then she would move on to another one and another one. And she was relentlessly trying to concoct these spells, looking for one that would work, but nothing was working. And as she was doing this, I recall that she looked at a photograph that she had that she wasn't supposed to have of this other woman, this woman that this man that had been involved with her was in love with. And I remember her looking at the photograph and she said in a very bitter tone of voice, "You're still the choice." That's what she said. She looked at that photograph of that woman and she said, "You're still the choice." And then she put the photograph aside and she walked away from all of the things that she had been mixing together, all of the spells that she'd been mixing together. And that was the end of the dream. So now when I woke up and I saw the Lord, he led me to Isaiah 22 verse 19, and I'm going to read that from the Amplified Bible and also put it in the description box, but I'm going to get to that in a moment. Let me just get into the interpretation first of all. For someone, the ex-partner of your God-ordained spouse, your God-ordained partner, the ex-partner of this person is, first of all, this person is involved in the occult. Secondly, this person is very manipulative. And thirdly, this person is very, very desperate to separate the two of you. So whether or not you guys are on speaking terms or you're in separation currently, just know that this person is working feverishly behind the scenes to try to separate the two of you. However, no matter what this person does, regardless of what they do, you remain the choice. You are the one that was chosen to be with your person and not them. And no matter what they do or how many spells they try to concoct, how many separation spells they try to do, how many love spells they try to do, because they have also been doing love spells or considering doing love spells on your person, none of which have taken any effect, because at the end of the day, you are God's choice for this person. The love in your person's heart for you, they didn't come by that love just like that. God put it in them for you. And you can't just remove something that God put in somebody's heart because you think that you can mix a potion together. That's not how that works. So again, the Lord led me to Isaiah 22 verse 19. I'm reading from the Amplified Bible. "I will depose you from your office and you will be pulled down from your position." So the Lord is saying that this person's removal from your person's life, from the role that they played in your person's life, as your person's partner, their removal is something set in stone. There is nothing that they can do about that. There is no spell that they can put together. There is no manipulation tactic that they can come up with. It's not going to work because God removed them. God removed them from that position. They were never supposed to be in it in the first place because you are your person's chosen one. God chose you for your person and chose your person for you. And in addition to that, notice how the woman said, she conceded in the end because she said, you're still the choice. And what I noticed about that photograph with that lady in it, the lady who was actually her ex-partner's God-ordained partner, when I looked at the photograph, it was a full-length photograph, I saw that she was wearing a ring on her finger. It looked like an engagement ring. So this person is going to do all of these different things. They're trying all of these different spells. And at the end, they're going to have to watch the two of you walk into your union. Now, the Lord put the image of bone marrow in my mind. And he told me this is the strength of this union. This bone marrow, the same way that bone marrow makes the rest of the body strong, this is the strength of the union. And he reminded me of how important bone marrow is. Bone marrow makes the components of your blood that you need to survive. Without it, you cannot survive. So the Lord is saying that he is the secret ingredient. He is supplying you and your person with everything that the two of you need for your union to survive. And he's also defending your union from harm. So there's literally nothing that this person can do. They can try, but they'll end up making a fool of themselves. So I hope that this message blessed someone. I love you guys. I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care.